Hey guys, this is Poker with the double K. I'm Sahad, and today I'm going to try and achieve the impossible. What am I doing, Matt, you ask? Well, the new Star Wars movie 8 is coming out, and for all of you out there that are feeling lost and afraid that there are about 7 to 8 movies before this, how can you possibly hope to catch up with the universe or understand what is going on? I'm going to try and save your souls. I'm going to be giving a basic recap of everything that has happened in the universe slash franchise up onto the movie that is coming out, and I'll be doing about 7 to 8 movies, so I can't possibly hope to get everything right, so forgive me. For this video as well, I'll be basing it in the order of which the events occur in the franchise, not in which the movies come out. This is to limit the confusion and to overall increase your awareness about the events that are going on in the Star Wars franchise. So without further ado, let's get started. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was the Force. And the Force is an entity that kind of binds all life forms together. Being that everything in the universe has the Force, some can control it more than others, and there are two sides of the Force. The light side of the Force and the dark side of the Force. The light side being represented by the Jedi and the dark side being represented by the Sith. And so the Jedi are being tasked with safeguarding the universe and maintaining balance in the world. And the Sith are being the exact opposite. And we are introduced into a world where these two classes kind of clash with each other constantly as they try and bring balance and disbalance to the universe. The Star Wars universe begins where the Sith haven't been seen for what seems to have been a millennia, and the Jedi have kind of done their job in maintaining peace in the universe. So the story begins where the Trade Federation, basically the bank of the universe, is forming a blockade that blocks trading and import to a neighboring country of Naboo. And so the Naboo begged the Galactic Republic, basically the UN, for help, and they sent two representatives who are Jedi. The Trade Federation kind of panic and a lot of things happen in between, and the Jedi escape with the Queen of Naboo to a neighboring planet of Tatooine to kind of achieve repairs. There they find a young boy named Anakin Skywalker who has a very high affinity with the Force. And so these two Jedi, Qui-Gon and Ben Kenobi, think that this boy is the chosen one in the prophecy which says that there will be a boy that will bring balance to the Force and the universe. And so they carry this boy as long as the Queen as they leave Naboo to go and relay the information to the Galactic Republic on their headquarters, Coruscant. There, Qui-Gon Jinn tells the Jedi Council about a man who attacked them who seems to be a Sith Lord. This kind of causes a bit of panic in the Jedi Council, and there is a bit of unrest as they are on a state of emergency, or a state of alert rather, as to who this guy is, as the Sith haven't been seen for a very long time. As the Queen of Naboo argues with the Galactic Republic about what they're going to do about the state of affairs of her planet, they refuse to do anything, so she's forced to go and meet Jedi Council. Jedi Council agree, and so Qui-Gon Jinn, Anakin Skywalker, and Ben Kenobi follow her to her planet to assist her with the state of affairs that is going on there. The Trade Federation turned out to be the Separatists, who are basically led by the Sith. A huge battle ensues where Qui-Gon Jinn is killed by Darth Maul, and Ben Kenobi kills Darth Maul to become a Jedi Master. There's also a fight for supremacy over the planet of Naboo, and Anakin Skywalker becomes the Padawan of Ben Kenobi. This ends the first episode of the Star Wars franchise. The Separatists wage a full-out war on the Galactic Republic, but there's a problem here. The Separatists have an army of robot droids, and the Galactic Republic have a handful of Jedi. You see, how does the Galactic Union not have an army? Really weird. But this happens, and so as the argument is debated in the Galactic Republic about whether they should create an army or not, Senator Amidala, Queen of Naboo, is almost assassinated. This brings a lot of questions and unrest as Anakin Skywalker leaves with her to protect her, and Obi-Wan Kenobi investigates who the assassin is. As Obi-Wan is investigating, he discovers a clone army which was sanctioned by Master Safridias of the Jedi. This raises a lot of questions about who ordered the creation of the clone army and how they have not noticed its creation up until now. The Jedi Council is really asking a lot of questions about this, but in the end they agreed to use this army. On the other hand, Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala are being secretly kept elsewhere or being protected elsewhere, and then Anakin receives a vision where his mother is in trouble. He goes to his home planet of Tatooine, where he finds out that his mother has been kidnapped by tribalists. He kind of rescues his mother, but in the process she dies, and this brings about a chain of events that leads to Anakin almost entering the dark side as he kills all the tribalists involved in the kidnapping and death of his mother. Obi-Wan Kenobi continues his investigation about who tried to assassinate Queen Amidala of Naboo. He is joined up with Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala as they infiltrate a droid production base on one of the neighboring countries. They are found out and captured, but also rescued by the clone army, as this brings about one of the most epic fight scenes in the Star Wars franchise, as the clone army faces up against the droid army and the Jedi face against the Sith. It was really epic, a lot of fight scenes. You should really check this part out. But the conclusion of this fight brings about the end of part two of the Star Wars franchise. Part 3 of the Star Wars franchise starts with the kidnapping of the Chancellor of the Galactic Republic. He's basically their Prime Minister. And at this point, the Clone Wars, which is now called, has been going on for what seems to have been a very long time, as Anakin Skywalker has matured even more, and Obi-Wan Kenobi has aged even more. They face off against the two most powerful generals in the Separatist army, being General Grievous and Count Dooku. This is also an epic fight scene as they rescue the Chancellor and Anakin Skywalker kills Count Dooku. This brings about a confusion in his heart as he's being pushed to the dark side. The Chancellor is rescued and Grievous escapes. So when they get back to their headquarters on Coruscant, Obi-Wan Kenobi volunteers to pursue Grievous to the edges of the universe to find him and end the war, and Anakin Skywalker is being sweet-talked by the Chancellor on joining his side. This begins a confliction in Anakin's heart as he's also a Jedi, but at the same time, he likes the Chancellor. As their relationship continues, the Chancellor reveals to Anakin that he is Darth Sidious, the leader of the Separatist army. Anakin reveals this to the Jedi Council and they go to arrest Darth Sidious, also the Chancellor. The Jedi Council does move to arrest Darth Sidious, who is posing as the Chancellor. As this operation is going on, led by Mace Windu, who manages to subdue and arrest the Chancellor, Anakin Skywalker walks in. Then Mace Windu tells Anakin that he has to kill the Chancellor as he's too powerful and influential in the government, and it's possible that if he's arrested, he will go out unscathed. And then Anakin Skywalker has to choose between Mace Windu and the Chancellor. It's a real confliction of interest as thus he's choosing between the Jedi and the Sith, the light side of the Force and the dark side of the Force, and he chooses the dark side. Darth Sidious, still posing as Senator Palpatine, uses this opportunity to execute the last part of his plan. He tells the Senate that the Jedi have tried to kill him, and that Mace Windu tried to kill him, and that Anakin Skywalker saved him, and that the Jedi are bad and they are conspiring against the government to overthrow them. This gives him political backing with the Senate, and he's able to execute Order 66. Order 66 is the order that all clones should turn on their Jedi Masters and execute all the Jedi. Elsewhere, Obi-Wan Kenobi manages to find and kill General Grievous. In doing so, he thinks he's very close to ending the war, not knowing that Order 66 is in effect. Thus, the clone army turn traitors on the Jedi Masters in a very heartfelt and sad scene. This is made even the more sadder and twisted as Anakin Skywalker kills all the young Padawans, children might I add. As Order 66 is in effect, Master Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi, two of the only Jedi to survive, try to uncover who is behind this treachery as well as find any surviving Jedi. Master Yoda goes to confront Darth Sidious, the Chancellor, and he sends Obi-Wan Kenobi to confront Anakin, who they find out has murdered the Padawans. Obi-Wan Kenobi then follows Padme Amidala, who, if I fail to add, is Anakin's wife, pregnant with his two children. As they get there, they confront Anakin. Anakin strangles Padme, and Obi-Wan and Anakin face off in what, in my opinion, is the best fight scene in Star Wars history. Darth Sidious is also confronted by Master Yoda, and these two fights happen simultaneously, and at the end, Master Yoda escapes, and Obi-Wan triumphs over Anakin, brutally decapitating him and pushing him into lava. He then gathers up Padme and they escape to our home world of Naboo. There he meets up with his other allies and they decide that Padme's two children, namely Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia, should be separated for their own safety. Thus, that concludes Part 3 of the Star Wars franchise. Part 4 begins with a full-grown Princess Leia as she receives the plans for an Imperial weapon called the Death Star, which is said to be able to destroy planets. But before I go that, I would like to give a brief shout out to the movie Rogue One. As I've said, the Death Star is a weapon that is said to be able to destroy planets, and it was created by Galen Erso, father of Jyn Erso. And so the rebellion meet Jyn Erso to try and convince her to go to her father to reveal to them the plans for the Death Star. She goes along with an unusual band of rebels as they try to uncover the plans for the Death Star. This takes them on numerous journeys, but eventually they are able to get to the place where the plans are held. They infiltrate and they get the plans. But as they do so, it results in the death of all of them. It's an epic movie. You guys should really see this part, and it's really sad. We're also introduced to a lot of epic characters as well. And so it's probably getting back to our main story now. As a grown Princess Leia receives the Death Star plans from the Rogue One and is being pursued by a Sith Lord called Darth Vader. Darth Vader manages to capture Princess Leia, but she's not with the Death Star plans as with a droid called R2D2. R2D2 as well as companion C-3PO land on Tatooine where they are rescued by a grown Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker received the distress message from Princess Leia telling him to go to Obi-Wan Kenobi. They manage to find Obi-Wan Kenobi and relay this message to him. Obi-Wan then tries to convince Luke Skywalker to become a Jedi, as his father, Anakin Skywalker, was also a Jedi who was killed by Darth Vader. Luke is conflicted due to the fact that he wants to live with Obi-Wan Kenobi, but he has a father and he has duties. But unknown to him, the Imperial Army is also hot on R2D2's trail, and this trail leads them straight to Luke's parents, who are killed. Luke finds out and another heartfelt scene ensues, and as nothing is tying him down, he agrees to go with Obi-Wan Kenobi to become a Jedi. And for this they need a ship, and they go to a neighboring city where they find Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon. Han Solo agrees to take them to the Rebel base where they will deliver the plans for the Death Star. As they are going, they actually encounter the Death Star, and it pulls them in due to its high gravitational field and infiltrate it. As they are infiltrating the Death Star, they find Princess Leia, free her, and Obi-Wan Kenobi confronts Darth Vader. Darth Vader then kills Obi-Wan Kenobi. Another heartfelt scene. This scene is full of sad scenes, so get your tissues ready. This allows Luke and the gang to escape as they are able to deliver the plans for the Death Star to the Rebellion. The Rebellion then plan an attack on the Death Star led by Luke Skywalker as they are able to use these plans to destroy the Death Star, thus ending part 4 of the Star Wars franchise. Part 5 begins with them on a high. They have destroyed the Death Star, the Imperial Army's biggest gun, but they are still on the run, as the Imperial Army manages to chase the Rebellion away from their secret base and has them on the run. Luke Skywalker and the gang are on a remote planet called Hoth as they are searching a secret base. Darth Vader is also searching desperately for Luke Skywalker as he has an obsession with him. They manage to find Luke and attack the secret base of Hoth. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo and Princess Leia escape, but then they go their separate ways as Luke receives a vision from Obi-Wan Kenobi from the other side as he tells him to go to Dagobah to find the Jedi Master. Han Solo and Princess Leia are also on the run from the Imperial Army who are hot in pursuit. But now let's move on to Luke Skywalker. He's the interesting one. Luke Skywalker moves to Dagobah where he finds Master Yoda. Just imagine Master Yoda was old during the times of Anakin Skywalker. Just imagine how old he is now. Well, he finds Yoda and Yoda agrees to train him in the ways of the Force. Han Solo and Princess Leia manage to flee from the Imperial Army to a neighboring marine colony. There they meet Han Solo's friend Lando. Unknown to them, Lando is a traitor and he betrays them to Darth Vader. Darth Vader is planning to use this as a trap for Luke Skywalker. And at the same time, Luke Skywalker receives a vision from the Force warning him that his friends are in danger. And despite severe warnings from Obi-Wan Kenobi from the other side and Master Yoda, he still goes to rescue his friends. As he gets there, he finds out that it's a trap, and he's forced to face off against Luke Skywalker. Other events occur. Han Solo is carbonized, Princess Leia and R2D2 escape with the help of Lando, traitor turned good guy, and Luke Skywalker faces off against Darth Vader. In this fight, he loses his arm, and he finds out that Darth Vader is really his father. Biggest cinematic reveal of all time. Thus, Luke is conflicted because Vader is his father, but is also part of the dark side. Vader as well tries to convince Luke to join the dark side, but Luke is stronger than that. He manages to escape Vader's clutches and meet up with his friends Leia, Lando, R2D2 and C-3PO. They escape the mining colony, but they lose their friend Han Solo, who is captured by Boba Fett and delivered to Jabba the Hutt, the gangster. As they meet up with the rebellion to find out that a second Death Star is in the works. Luke also goes back to Dagobah to meet Master Yoda, but finds out it's too late as Master Yoda is already dying and is unable to complete his training. Luke and Leia also find out that they are siblings, but that's not important. As the second Death Star is still being constructed and the rebellion plans to destroy it before its completion, Luke and the gang attacks with the mission of destroying the second Death Star as they are split up into 3 groups. 1 to destroy the shield generator that is protecting the Death Star, 2 a fleet to destroy the Death Star, and 3 which was basically Luke facing off against Darth Vader in a much anticipated duel. The ground force managed to destroy the shield generator. The sky force managed to destroy the Death Star. But we're going to be talking about what happened in the middle, which is Luke facing off against Darth Vader. Luke versus Darth Vader was an epic fight. It was really breathtaking. The suspense was there, father versus son, and Luke came out on top. But as Luke defeated Darth Vader, the Emperor was still whispering in his ear, urging him to join the dark side, urging him to kill his father, Darth Vader. But like I said, Luke is strong. As he manages to deny Darth Sidious's dissatisfaction of allowing another member of the Skywalker family become his pawns. But Darth Sidious turns on Luke Skywalker and is about to kill him. And there, Darth Vader redeems himself as he manages to defeat Darth Sidious. Thus, he has brought balance to the Force, and as it turns out, he was truly the chosen one. But he dies in the process, as another heartfelt scene ensues as Luke Skywalker is forced to leave his dying father behind as the Death Star crumbles around him. Well, it's not all bad as Anakin Skywalker's soul manages to pass over to the other side of the Force as is seen when he, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Master Yoda visit Luke Skywalker. Well, all's well that ends well, or so we thought. And so part 7 begins with the fact that Luke Skywalker has vanished and the First Order has risen from the ashes of the Imperial Army, if I should quote the movie. And so Princess Leia, now General Leia, has to revive the rebellion to fight them. And she receives plans of Luke Skywalker's whereabouts and sends her best fighter Jakku to receive them. Jakku is intercepted by the First Order and we are introduced to yet another Sith Lord, Kylo Ren. As Jakku is captured, he sends his droid BB-8 to the remote planet of Tatooine, where he meets up with another very good Force user from Tatooine. They all seem to come from this place. Well, Rey is a slave and she takes BB-8 back to her cave/room/house. And Jakku, on the other hand, is captured by the First Order and is about to be interrogated, where he's saved by a stormtrooper called Finn. They both escape, but they are separated by the First Order, who is in hot pursuit, and Finn manages to rendezvous up with BB-8 as well as Rey. Well, the First Order is chasing them and they find the Millennium Falcon on Tatooine. They use this ship to escape, but they are soon captured again. There's a lot of capturing in this movie by Han Solo and his trusty sidekick Chewbacca, if I fail to add. Well, Han Solo is very nostalgic at the set of seeing his old ship, the Millennium Falcon, and they meet Rey, Finn, and BB-8 and find out about the whereabouts of the Skywalker and plan to deliver it to Princess Leia. For that, they move to a remote planet to try and transmit the plans to her. But they are welcomed by a surprise, the Death Planet. The Death Planet is yet another Death Star. They just keep building more and more of these things and never learn. Well, the Death Planet, as I like to call it, is the biggest Death Star that absorbs a whole star to fire up beams that can destroy planets. And they give the rebellion a good show about how powerful their new weapon really is. And in doing so, they also managed to find about the whereabouts of Rey and the whereabouts of the plans that lead to Luke Skywalker. A huge fight occurs and Rey is captured by the First Order, but Han Solo and Finn manage to escape to the rebellion. They meet up with the rebellion and plans to destroy the new Death Planet begin. Well, Star Wars should be renamed 1,000 Ways to Destroy Death Stars. Well, two teams are dispatched, one to sabotage the Death Star from the planet within and the other to destroy the Death Star as a whole. Well, the second team is also tasked with saving Rey, who was kidnapped by the First Order. They manage to find and save Rey, but they are also confronted by the Sith Lord Kylo Ren, who turns out to be Han Solo and Leia's son, named Ben Solo. In this, Han Solo dies, killed by his son Kylo Ren, another heartfelt scene. Star Wars is just filled with these. And it's very heartfelt because Han Solo is one of our most beloved characters. It was so really sad to see him go, but he went nonetheless. But the sabotage is complete and the plans to destroy the Death Planet begin. As this is going on, Rey faces off against Kylo Ren. And it's very hard to see how this fight went because Kylo Ren should have been a trained Sith Lord and Rey does not even know how the Force works. And she managed to beat his ass badly. And so the rebellion managed to destroy the Death Star. How much money did they take into rebuilding these things? The designers will really take their ideas from Apple. And well, Rey, Finn, and the others managed to retreat as the Death Star is destroyed and rendezvous with the rebellion. Thus, they find out the whereabouts of Luke Skywalker and Rey goes up to meet him to receive proper training in the ways of the Force. This does end part 7 of Star Wars franchise. Whew, that was a lot. I'm out of breath. But thank you guys for surviving to the end. I hope you guys are well enlightened in the ways of the Force and the Star Wars franchise. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And now all that's left is part 8 of the Star Wars franchise. We know it's going to be dope. And I hope that with all I've given you, you're already forming up your own creative theories and what's going to happen in the story in your head. Like, share, subscribe to our channel. If you think there's anything I missed out in the story that I should have mentioned in the video, leave your comments in the comment section below. And from all of us at the Poker Team, peace out and may the Force be with you.